What's up, nerds? So I'm coming at you today. I know I'm a little bit behind on this. I'm sorry with the holidays and everything. You know how it is. And I got a family and all this good stuff. But I want to talk about this because first off, it involves the Scream franchise, and I love Scream. It's probably, I would argue, my favorite horror movie. But I want to talk about this because, and I'm going to kind of get a little political with this. I try not to get into politics, but this can't be ignored, and I want to talk about this. So, Melissa Barrera has been fired from the Scream franchise because she has posted some stuff about the Israeli-Hamas war. And so I'm gonna read this article. This comes from and I have another article also, and you guys, I'll leave them in the description down below. But I want to talk about this, and then we'll do her comments about what has led to this. So it says Melissa Barrera dropped from Scream 7 after social media posts concerning Israeli-Hamas war. She led both 2022 Scream and the sixth installment released earlier this year. Melissa Barrera is no longer starring in Scream 7. The actor was dropped from the project after a series of social media posts in the wake of the Israeli-Hamas war. She said, "Gaza is currently being treated like a concentration camp," she wrote in one post on Instagram stories, cornering everyone together with nowhere to go, no electricity, no water. People have learned nothing from our histories. And just like our histories, people are still silently watching it all happen. This is genocide and ethnic cleansing. Now, I just want to say real quick, Melissa Barrera can say whatever she wants. I am a free speech absolutist, and I just want to say that her saying this I think that she has the right to say this. I will talk about the rest of it in just 1 second on my opinions on her being let go from the franchise, but I want to continue with this article. So it says, a spokesperson for Spyglass, the company behind Scream franchise, issued a statement after the initial publication of this article. Spyglass stance is unequivocally clear. We have zero tolerance for anti-Semitism or the incitement of hate or any form, including false references to genocide, ethnic cleansing, Holocaust distortion, or anything that flagrantly crosses the line into hate speech. I also just want to say I don't believe there is such thing as hate speech. You can believe that if you want, but I don't believe in Santa Claus either, and that's fine by me. But I do want to concentrate on the word that they said, Holocaust distortion. I'll bring that up and just give me 1 second, because I do have a very specific thought. So it says, the Hollywood Reporter has reached out to a rep for Barrera who has made dozens of posts about the war since Hamas invaded Israel on October 7th. She later shared a statement to her social media, which we will go over. Don't worry. We're not going to read about this, but it says right here, Happy Death Day filmmaker Christopher Landon is taking over directing duties on Scream 7 from filmmakers Radio Silence. Radio Silence, what a dumb fucking name. Filming had not begun and development had been slow during the actors and writers strike. Now Spyglass is expected to recalibrate plans following Barrera's firing. Paramount has handled distribution on the recent... Okay. Let's see. This is my statement. Everything sucks. Stop yelling, filmmaker Landon wrote on X Tuesday. This is not my decision to make. He later deleted the post. Earlier Tuesday, news broke out that Susan Sarandon... Oh, I'll talk about this just for a hot second. But earlier on Tuesday, news broke that actor Susan Sarandon had been dropped by talent agency UTA following comments of pro-Palestinian rally in New York City on November 17th. That's all I'm going to go into that one, because I'll talk about that kind of right now with that. But I'll say this right now. Again, Melissa Barrera, I believe she can say whatever she wants. She can take whatever side she wants. That's fine. However, it's kind of funny that Hollywood will sit here and be all like, for instance, when Gina Carano makes a comment, and I think when it comes to World War II and the Holocaust, I think it's always a bad decision to reference that or draw comparisons in any way, shape, or form to what's happening now. I don't think it looks good on anybody, and I think that people need to stop doing it. I just think that that was a bad move on her part. I do think that Gina Carano shouldn't have done it either. I just think the comparison is overwhelmingly bad. But Gina Carano was fired for her political views. And now that it's gone all the other way around, Melissa Barrera and the freaking rejects and losers on X want to sit here and whine and complain. Oh, she's being punished for her political views. Get the fuck over yourself. You guys want to sit here and say there's no cancel culture, but then it's consequence culture. Well, this is the consequences of your actions. You want to run your mouth? Run your mouth, bitch. I don't fucking care. Run your mouth. But then when you get fired, I don't want to hear your bitching and moaning. Boo fucking who? This is the consequence. Life is a series of choices, honey. And some have consequences and some have rewards. You decided to pick consequences. You chose violence. And guess what? You got punished for it. So boo frickin' who? Go to Radio Silence, which is such a dumb fucking name. They're doing a movie. They're pulling her along with, I think they're doing it for Netflix. I mean, but like I said, she can say whatever she wants. But a lot of you wanted to whine and bitch and moan about this shit. But when it happened to Gina Carano, for instance, the other side, you guys were like, oh, she deserves it. She's an anti-Semite and everything. Well, listen, Melissa Barrera is an anti-Semite. Okay. How about that? All right. If you don't like it, then, and I don't understand why these Hollywood types, these actors are getting involved in politics. If you look back, I'm getting very heated about this. Sorry. Hollywood annoys the shit out of me. If you look back in history, the 1930s, the 1940s, 1950s, actors did not get involved in politics. You barely knew anything about them. You didn't know their personal life. You didn't know their politics. You didn't know anything about them. And then all of a sudden, so they started getting uppity with their politics. They start talking about this, start talking about that. And they brought down the curtain. Okay. And the wizard was revealed to be a con man. And so these actors are no longer the shining beacons that they were. They're just normal people like you and me, and they're assholes. And Melissa Barrera, like I said, I don't feel sorry for you, honey. Okay. Don't let the door hit you on the way out, on your ass on the way out. All right. Now let's talk about her comments and what she said regarding after this happened. Look at that face. Look at her dumb face. So it says, this is from Deadline, it says, Melissa Barrera breaks silence after Scream 7 firing. I condemn anti-Semitism and Islamophobia. I love how they always mention Islamophobia. I just want to mention that Islamophobia is only up 7% since October 7th. Anti-Semitism is up 200%. I think it went up to 300%. Before filming this, but I didn't look. The last time I checked, which was, I believe, last week, Friday, it was up 200%. So there's no equivalence there. So shut your face. So it says right here, Melissa Barrera is breaking her silence like we give a shit after being fired from Scream 7. First and foremost, I condemn anti-Semitism and Islamophobia. I condemn hate and prejudice of any kind against any group of people, Barrera said in a statement shared on Instagram stories. I don't believe you. Fuck off. Okay, Barrera's post comes after Spyglass Media dropped her from her horror franchise. She wasn't that great in those movies anyways. I'll be honest with you. I just recently watched the 7th one. But yeah, I mean, she wasn't that great in my opinion. She was probably my least favorite character in that movie. Okay. As a Latina, a proud Mexicana, I feel the responsibility of having a platform that allows me the privilege of being heard. No one cares what your ideas are and what your thoughts are. and therefore I have tried to use it to raise awareness about issues I care about and to lead my voice to those in need. Barrera's statement continued. Every person on this earth, regardless of religion, race, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, or socioeconomic status, deserves equal human rights, dignity, and, of course, freedom. Unless you're a Jew, according to her. If you're a Jew, then, you're an oppressor. She can fuck off. I'm so annoyed with this right now. Okay. She continued. I believe a group of people are not their leadership and that no governing body should be above criticism. With that, I don't agree. That I agree with. No, people, my president does not represent me necessarily. In every action and in word. And the same thing with, no governing body is above criticism. That I do agree with. I pray day and night for no more deaths. I don't know why she's praying. She's obviously not a godly woman. For no more deaths, for no more violence, and for peaceful coexistence. I will continue. Well, say that to the terrorist group that murdered 1,300 people. Say that to them. She won't condemn Hamas. She'll just condemn Israel. I continue to speak out for those that need it most and continue to advocate for peace and safety, for human rights and freedom. Barrera ended her statement with the following: silence is not an option for me. Well, fine, speak up. Like I said before, I'm not going to read any more of this because I already said the Spyglass their statement about this, but I just want to say this right now. As I said before, she can say whatever she wants. In fact, I'm for it. Like I said before, I am a free speech absolutist. Say what you want, okay? But these crazy people, and I'm only talking about the far left, and I hate getting political, but this certain issue holds a place in my heart specifically, and I'm not going to go into the personal reasons for that, but in terms of this situation, say whatever you want. And Susan Sarandon. And do I think, now I just want to say, do I think that Melissa Barrera should have been fired? No, I do not. I do not think that her comments are worth firing. I don't think she should have been let go from the Scream franchise. I don't think that she should have been let go from her talent agency. I don't think that Susan Sarandon should have been let go from her talent agency. I also don't think that Gina Carano should have been fired from her job. But I go, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. If you didn't like it then, you can't like it now. And right now, a lot of fucking people online are talking out of both sides of their mouth, and it's super fucking annoying. So if you want to be hypocritical on Twitter, fine, go ahead, have at it. But don't sit here and act like I'm going to sit here and let you, get away with it. So for Melissa Barrera, I say, boo fucking who, you get what you deserve. And you again, everybody's all like, it's not cancel culture, it's consequence culture. Well, consequences. So I'm pretty sure I pissed off a lot of you, and I'm pretty sure I lost some subscribers because of this, but I don't care. I don't like to get into politics, but like she said, I'm not going to keep silent. Well, I'm not going to keep silent. So those are my thoughts on that. Tell me what you guys think about it. If you don't agree with me, fine, fuck off. I don't care. I've drawn a line in the sand. If you're not on my side of that line, you are my enemy, and I give zero fucks about you. So, all right, go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below, you guys. If you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, go and hit that like button or subscribe or whatever. I thank you guys for everything. You guys have a good day. Bye.